Hello. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. It is
Good afternoon.
wait a second. I will share my screen. So, what is our discussion? Yes, students. What is our discussion? Hello. Anybody? Can anybody reply me? Hello. Hello. Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
So it is audible, right? Okay, fine. We are discussing the list methods. So what are the methods we have seen so far? So remember, so nothing but various operations that we can perform over the list. Or once we create a list, what are the possible operations one can perform? Nothing but functions or methods. So we have seen so far, we have seen nothing but we have seen how to add elements into a list. So what are the functions we have to add elements or values into the list? Do you remember? So what are the methods to add elements? Hello? Anybody? So can anyone of you respond to me? Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, tell me, what are the possible methods to add elements into the list? Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then tell me, what are the methods we have append? So what it will do, we can add elements into the list, into the existing list. So this is an example we have seen. So this is the list we have created. If you want to add a new element or new value into this existing list, my list, how to call this method? So we can call it as my list dot append. I want to add an element or value. This is nothing but a value. This is nothing but a value that will appear at the end of this list. So now, because of this, so what is the result now? So your existing list, that is my list, will become like this: 1, 2, 3, ABC, and at the end we can see the new element 4. Right? This is one practice. Also, students, you can mute your mic. Mute your mic. Unless I ask any question, don't unmute it. And another method is called extend. So what it will do, it will append another list into the existing list, right? So same example, if we know the existing list is this one, my list, and you want to add a new list. This is also a list. This is also a list. We want to append, this is list 2. And let us say this is our list 1. So we want to append, we want to concatenate, nothing but a kind of concatenation. And this list elements, the second list elements will appear at the end of this first list. So what is your resultant list now? So now due to this, how to call this method? My list dot extend. And so within that, parenthesis, you need to define your new list elements. So the elements are going to be 4, 5, and 6. So what is the result now? The resultant list will be 1, 2, 3, a string ABC, and these are the new element list will come at the end of this first list 4, 5, 6, right? So this is your resultant list due to the operation of extend. This we have seen. And another one is insert. Another method or operation we can perform on it is nothing but insert. So here we can add a new element to the specified index, exactly at the specified index. So how can we call this method? So we have two arguments inside this method. The first argument represents the index or position. The first argument represents the index. That means in which position you want to add the new value. So this is the value, right? So here what will happen? In the third position, you want to add the element 4. So what happened to the existing element in the third position? Will move aside. That means the existing element will shift into the fourth position. The new element, that is a 4, will appear in the third position, right? So this we have seen. Of course, all these three aim to add elements. Understand? So all these three methods will add elements into the list. However, there is a slight difference. So append will append a new element at the end of the existing list. Extend will add new elements as in the form of a list. So this is to combine two lists. And insert will add a new element in the specified index or specified position, right? So first three are to add the elements. Now we are going to see the remove, right? So this is again another method is used to remove an element. An element means only one. At a time you can remove only one element. Also in the case of append, you can add only one element. You can add only one element at a time using append, and you can remove only one element. Here I want to remove the string ABC, right? I can use the method dot remove. So remove an element from the list. In the case of multiple occurrences of the same element, the first occurrence element will be removed, right? So this is what. And another method to remove the element is called pop. So this also aims to remove. So this is also meant for removing elements from the list. So what is it? The method pop can remove an element from any position in the list. The parameter supplied to this method is the index of the element. Try to notice the difference. So in the case of remove, what we are going to do, you need to specify the element which you want to remove. If I want to remove the element 4, what I need to call? I should say remove 4. This is an element. What is meant by pop? Here you need to specify the index. So pop 4 means what? I don't know the element in the fourth index. So here I'm going to specify the index value rather than the element value. So pop 4 means index or the position. So remove the element placed in the position 4. In the fourth position, you are asked to remove that element, right? So let us practice this in terms of the with respect to our ideally. Let me open this ideally. So let me open this ideally. Any doubt up to this? Any doubt? So I'm sharing my screen. Are you able to see the screen ideally? Yes. Tell me.
Yes.
Okay. So now see here. So we want to create a list called my underscore list. So this is the way to create the list 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it will be AB, comma, under string yes, and then I want to add some value 10, right? If you want to see the list, you directly give that list name and press and hit enter. You will see that list details. So these are all the elements present in the list, and this is the list name. Also, the other method is print. You can use a print function saying print my list. Print my list also will give you the same result. Okay. So now what is our target? I want to remove. So let us give dot. So these are the suggestions. So the compiler identifies that this is a list and these are the possible operations. So we have seen append, extend. Now what do you want to perform? Remove. So what do you want to remove? So in the case of remove, you need to specify the element. I want to remove the element 10. Hit enter. Now see the details in the list. My list. So this time the element 10 will disappear, right? This is the original list we have created, and this is after removing the element 10, right? So suppose if you are using remove, the argument will be your value that is there in the list, right? Now let us pop. Let us dot. So what do you want to perform? Pop. Also to remove. So this time, so what do you need to specify? Index. Suppose if I give yes, this is the value. This is the value of a list I want to I have given. See this compilation. It will show that object cannot be interpreted as an integer. It doesn't know the value. It never take care about the value of the list. Rather, it tries to identify the value with the help of the position. So what do you need to specify here? Pop position. So what is the position of yes? I want to remove the string yes. What is the position? Anybody answer? What is the position of the string yes in the list?
Fifth, sir.
So 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, correct. So if I say pop 5, so what will happen? My list pop, right? So here, so let us see the operation of your pop. So what it is going to do? Pop. So this will remove. So let us see. The pop can remove an element from any position in the list. The parameter supplied to this method is the index. Right. Now, let us move to the ideally. Now I am in ideally. I want to see the details of list, my list. So what is the result now? S is gone. So are you able to understand the difference between the two methods? One is remove and the other one is pop. Yes, very small difference here. Yes or no? Is it clear? Tell me, is it clear? Yes. So if you want to use the remove, you need to enter the value. If you want to use the pop to remove any value, you need to give the index pop 5. So which is fifth element, which is removed from the list, right? So now better if you note down all these things will be useful for you. Now let us move to the next method. So what is the next one? What is the next one? The next one is going to be slice. So what is this operation? So see, if you call the list, if you say, if you type print my list, what will happen? You will get all the elements. You will get all the elements in the list. That is, you will find all the elements present in the list. But we don't want, or we are not interested to see all the elements. We want to see only few elements in the list instead of using or accessing. So this method is quite popular, student. This method is quite popular. I want to know the elements from this place to the other place. I don't want any other elements. Clear? So that is what slicing. The slice operation is used to print a section of the list, not the complete. So what is this method? It aims to display. So if you are using the method slice, you can access only a portion of or a section of elements present in the list. And the slice operation, it returns a specific range of elements. So if you simply define or hit my list, so what will happen? It will give you all the elements, complete elements present in the list. So if you are using a slice operation, you can see the range of your interest. So from and to, right? What is the range of elements you want to see? So that is what specific range of elements, and it does not modify the original list. That is very, very important. In the case of adding and removal of elements, you are trying to modify the list. By performing a remove operation, you can remove the elements. By append and extend insert operation, we can add elements. So nothing but changing or modifying the list. And here you are not going to modify the list. You are going to access the list. You are trying to access the list from a specific values, for the specific values. So these are the various ways you can access the elements using a negative index also that we have seen. You can access the list using the positive index, or it can be a negative index. Right here, I am using the positive index. What is it? My list colon this. So in the list, this is how you can access it. In between, you are going to use a semicolon, a colon, sorry. you are going to use a colon, right? This is the starting and this is the end. So the right side, the left side of the colon represents the starting position of the range. The right side of the colon specifies end of this range. So if I say 1 4 1 2 4, how to read this 1 2 4 and represented by means of a colon, right? So this is the starting range and this is the end of your range. So if you do not specify any value, if you do not specify any value on either side, so what is the meaning? So what is the meaning? You want to consider the whole details. So making this as, right, this is the colon and here I am not specifying anything, right? That means you are trying to access all the elements up to 4, starting from first to 4th. Understand? So if I specify 3, that means you are giving a hint. I want to know from 3 to 4. If you are not using any number, any value, any number here, the left side of this colon is empty, means you want all the elements up to 4. That's what. So print or access the elements from beginning to the index to the end of index. So what is the end value? 4. Starting from the first to 4. And this one. So here I am using this time the left side of the colon has some value 2 and the right side have no value. What is the meaning here? The starting letter, a beginning value from the position 2 till end. Till end means from 2. Start from this 2 and access all the elements till the end point, right? So starting index is going to be 2. Starting index is 2 to end of the list. There is no specification in the list. So what is the last value? We are not saying anything. So till the end of the list, you want to access the elements starting from the index 2. So this will be the starting index, right? And similarly, here you are specifying very strictly. I want from 2 to 4. This is the start point and this is the end point from 2 to 4 only, which will print from start index to end index. So what is your start index? Start index is 2 and end index is going to be 4. Only these values you want to access. That is the meaning for this. And here we are saying, so what is it? You can also use like this, a colon, and both left side and right side are no values. What is the meaning? You are trying to access all the elements from the beginning to the end of the list. So this is nothing but slicing. Here you are going to specify the range of interest, range of the indices which you want to access. So let us see this in ideally. Understand this one? Any doubt? Student, do you have any doubt?
No,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, let us see this in ideally. Are you able to see this ideally? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the list. So what is my list? I'm having, right now. So what I want to do, my list. So if I say like this, a colon, it will print all the elements. You can see this is just like accessing the original list. you are not going to slice this, right? Because both left side and right side of this colon are empty. And now if you say, if you call like this, so my list, how we are calling, I want, okay, this one, colon. So if I say 3, so what is the result? Can anybody answer? Left side is empty. I'm not specifying any value in the left position. Whereas in the right, I'm specifying a value, that is 3. What is the result of this command?
2, 3, 4.
Right. So you can see only 1, 2, 3. 4 do not appear. Right. Upper index is always -1, n minus 1 only. 3 minus 1. In terms of the indexing, 2. That is 0, 1, 2, 3. You can count like this, 0, 1, 2. It becomes 3 only. Right. Now, if I see, you can see the status of your list. Still, the list values remain same only. We are not modifying. We are not modifying the list. So by using like this, by slicing, you are trying to access the elements in the list. Still, the original list remains same. Now let us do this. My underscore list, right? Colon. Now what is this? If I say 2, left side I have given a value called 2, and right side it's empty. So what is the result? Can anybody answer? What is the output of this command? Yes. So please repeat E8. You answered something. Can you please repeat it? My
4,
list
comma AB.
4, comma AB. Let us see. What about 3? Why it is 4, comma AB? 0, 1, 2. What is the value at the index 2? 3, no. So only the upper side, only the upper limit will be -1, not the lower limit. Lower limit will be considered as it is. You are trying to access the elements from 2 to end. So your starting value is going to be from the second position or second index, 0, 1, 2. What is the value at 2, position 2, 3? So go up to the last end, that is 3, 4, and AB. Right. Now let us check the status of the original list. Is there any change? No, remains same only. Right. Now let us access this one. My list. My list. So this time I am specifying like this. So what is it? 1, 2, 4. Can anybody give me the answer? What is the result of this command? 1, 2, 4. So this is your original list. It remains same.
2, 3, 4.
2, comma 3, comma 4.
2, 3,
2, 3, 4. Let us check. Correct. Right. This 0th position. First position we have 2. Will be accepted. 0, 1, 2, 3. The last index is going to be the position 3 only, not the fourth. Fourth one will be discarded. So that is, you will run up to n minus 1, which means third position only. Right. Anything else here now? Also, you can access the elements using negative indexing. Let us check. So once again, let us check the status of the list. Is there any change? No. So this slicing operation do not change or modify the original list, right? So let us identify this, access the values through negative indexing. My list. So I want a value. I want a value. So if I say -1, so what is the output of this my list -1?
AB.
AB.
Correct. Good. So you just reverse the order of the indexing. So now this is not to get the single value. We want to slice. So let us check this one. My underscore list, right? What is the last index here? -1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay.
-5.
-5, right? So let us check this. I want the list like this: -3 colon -1. What is the answer? -3 to -1.
3, 2.
3, 2. Any other?
3, 4.
4 AB.
3, 4, one answer, and another one 4, AB. Let us check. Keep answers with you. 3, 4 is correct. So why it is? So you just see here: -1, -2, -3. -1, -2, -3. So what is the value at the index -3? It is 3. Will come directly. And again, so this is, you are not going to consider the final value. So this upper limit seems to be very similar to that of the positive indexing. So if it is a positive indexing, what is the result? If I say 5, you are targeting up to 4, 5 - 1. Similarly here, you are saying the final index is upper index is -1, -1, -1, -1. What is the value? -2. So it is -1, -2, -3. So you are trying to access the elements between -3 and -2 only. Apply that minus to the upper limit, whether it is a positive indexing or negative indexing. So let us check the status of this list. So do remember, this operation do not modify the list. So with this, we will conclude this slice operation, and we will move to the next topic. So you tell this correctly. My list. What happen if I say minus 4 to -2? Tell me the answer. -4 to
2,3, sir.
2, 3.
2, 3.
2,3.
Exactly. -2, apply -1. So that means your final value is going to be -3. -1, -2, -3, -4. Right? So if you are trying to use negative indexing, you mark the index values with numbers: -1, -2, -3. Don't begin with 0. Right? So negative indexing always will be in the reverse order, starts from -1, not by 0. Right? So I hope you are clear with this concept, and we will move to the next one.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, what if you use one negative and another one positive input?
What if we use? Yes, you
For
can use
example,
it. You can
if
use
you
it.
use 2 colon -2, what will be the output?
My list. What do you want to use? 2 colon
-2.
-2. 3. Because what is 2? 0, 1, 2. So what is the value? 3.
3.
You want to move up to -2, -2, -1, -3, -1, -2, -3. You can use both, the combination of both negative and positive index also. So you are telling it is a similar value. The value at 2 and -3 is 3 only. Okay. So you can use it, no problem. Any other doubt? Okay. So now let us move to the next one, reverse. So what is this operation? A method. So this method is used to reverse the elements of the list. So it is going to reverse the elements of the list, and the method is to modify the original list. It will modify the original list, and to reverse a list without modifying the original one, we use the slice operation with negative indices. Understand? Specifying negative indices iterates the list from the rear end to the front end of the list, right? So what we are going to say, if you call the method reverse, so what will happen? So say this is your original list, 1, 2, 3, 4, A. If you call the method reverse, what will happen? So it will be in the reverse order, right? And you can also perform this operation using slice. So using the negative indices. Clear? And let us see this length also. Length of the method. Length will return the length of the list. So what is the length of this list? That you can identify by using the method called length of the list name. This you need to specify. Let us see these two operations. So what is it? Reverse and list. So what is the status of the list? Are you able to see this ideally? Yes? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, this is the list. Now my underscore list. So what do you want to call? Reverse. It is there, one of the operation. My list dot reverse. Right? So my underscore list. Simple error here. My list dot reverse as a function. So these methods should be used as a function. Okay. So now see this list, my underscore list. So what is the output? You can see the list elements are in the reverse order, right? Now in the 0th position, initially we have 1, and the last position value is going to be AB. After performing a reverse operation method, at the 0th position we have AB, right? And the final value is going to be 1. So now let us see the length. You can call directly length of my underscore list. So what is it? 5. So how many elements are there in the list? How many elements are in the list? The length
5.
of 5. Yes. So of course it starts from 0, right? The length of the list will give you the number of elements present in the list. How many elements are there in the list? 5 only. So that you are getting 5, right? So if I append a new value, my underscore list dot append. I want to append a value called 10, right? Now see the list, my underscore list. You can see the new element at the end, which is supposed to be 10. Now let us verify the length of the list. So what is the length now? What is the
6.
length? It should be 6 only, right? So this is the method called length. Let us see the another operation. which is called min and max. So what is meant by the min? It returns the minimum value in the list. So min, you need to specify the list name. Minimum value of the list can be obtained. Similarly, max will return the maximum value of the list. And both the methods accept only homogeneous list only. That means, so you cannot call like this min of list 1 comma list 2. This is absolutely wrong. Understand, you cannot consider a number of list among the list if you are trying to find a minimum value. This is not an appropriate method, right? Rather, you can consider like this min of the list L1, right? So you can use the list name. Also, you can specify like this min of the list. Clear? And and another method is going to be the count. The function count returns the number of occurrences of a given element. Count do not specify the length or number of values in the list. So within the count, so what you need to give? Count of 1. How many times the value 1 occurs in the list, right? So we will quickly review these two and then we will end today's session. So min, max and count. So what is my list? This is the list, right? I want to find min of the list name. What is the answer? Min of the list. Anybody? Hello? Are you able to see this screen? Yes, student, reply me. What is the value of this? Some random guess. Some random guess. No need to be the correct one. Min of the list.
1, I guess.
1. It is error only. Why?
Alphabets.
Not correct. The list
Strings.
consists of both string as well as AB. Understand? Let us remove that AB from the list and then we will see. My underscore list dot remove AB. Now what is the list? My list. There is no AB. Okay. Now see, min of the list, my underscore list. You can get that value. So that is the meaning. Homogeneous means the list should consist of similar type of elements. So this method min cannot be applied over the heterogeneous list. Heterogeneous means the list consists of float, integer, string. To that you cannot apply this method. The method can be applied over homogeneous list since the list consists of only integer values that you can apply successfully. Then let us check the, what is this answer? Max list. What is the answer?
10.
It's 10, right? Let us check the last one, count my underscore list dot. So let us wait for the suggestions. I have count of what? Value 1. Occurrence, it is 1 time only. Now let us append this list, my list dot append one more value. Now see the list status. The 1 appears twice. Now let us check that operation. My list dot count of what? 1. How many? What is the answer?
2.
It should be 2. Correct. Clear. So these are the operations on list. And in the next class, we are almost at the end of this container data type list. After this we have concatenation, multiply, index, sort, and clear. There are 5 more methods. Possibly by the next class we will end this container data type list concept. Okay, so tomorrow we will see concatenation, multiply, index, sort, and clear, and then we will see tuple. Any doubt in this?
Sir,
Yes. Yeah.
in the reverse function, we reversed the whole list.
Yes.
Without that, can we reverse a selective index from -2 to